visiting a British hairdresser. David here.
Hello, I'm Kelly.
In this lesson, you'll learn how to give directions for a haircut. The conversation takes place at a hair salon.
The speakers are strangers.
So, they will use informal English. Okay, let's listen to the conversation. So, what are we doing today?
My hair is getting too long now. My fringe is always covering my eyes.
Okay, so we'll cut the fringe. How about the length?
I want that shorter too. So maybe 4 or 5 inches shorter?
That'll make your hair shoulder length.
It'll be the shortest my hair has been in years, but that's fine. It'll grow back eventually.
I've lost my bank card and my phone.
Listen to the conversation one time slowly. So, what are we doing today?
My hair is getting too long now. My fringe is always covering my eyes.
Okay, so we'll cut the fringe. How about the length?
I want that shorter too. So maybe 4 or 5 inches shorter.
That'll make your hair shoulder length.
It'll be the shortest my hair has been in years, but that's fine. It'll grow back eventually.
Are there many hair salons in the UK?
Yeah, there are. You'll find several in big cities and even in small towns and villages. People in the UK usually call them hairdressers, though.
So, I'm going to the hairdressers is the same as I'm going to the hair salon?
That's right. There is a wide range of natural hair colours in the UK, and it's also okay to be a little adventurous with fake colours.
I've seen some crazy hairstyles too.
Yeah, although people in customer service or who work for the government will probably tone down the crazy colours and styles.
Is it expensive to get a haircut?
It depends on where you go. Some hairdressers are very expensive, but most salons have a range of prices that are dependent on the skill level of the hairdresser.
So, better and more experienced hairdressers cost more?
Yes. If you want a really cheap cut, then colleges and universities that teach hairdressing courses will let their students cut your hair for a really low price.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust them with my hair, but each to their own.
Now, let's take a look at the vocabulary from this lesson. The first word is
Today,
the present day, after yesterday but before tomorrow, the current day.
today, today,
Next, we have
hair,
the fine filaments that grow from the skin of humans and animals, and especially on the head of humans.
hair, hair,
Next, we have
long,
not short, of great length.
long, long,
Next, we have
fringe,
the sections of hair that cover your forehead and or the sides of your face.
fringe, fringe,
Next, we have
to cover,
to be over something, to hide or conceal it.
to cover, to cover,
Next, we have
length,
how long something is.
length, length.
Next, we have
Inch,
an imperial unit of measurement equivalent to 2.54 centimeters.
inch, inch.
Next, we have
Anyway,
despite what has been said before.
anyway, anyway.
And lastly,
To grow,
to increase by natural development.
to grow, to grow.
Let's have a closer look at the usage of some of the words and phrases from this lesson. The first word is
To grow back,
meaning to return to a previous state through natural development. We can use the verb to grow when something has become bigger or matured through natural development.
yes, like a child becoming taller as they age or a tree getting bigger. By adding back, refer to growth in the past.
So it's not only growing, but it's growing to a state it used to be in.
That's right. If you had long hair but then cut it short, it won't stay short, it will grow again.
It will grow back.
Right.
Can you give us an example using this word?
Sure. For example, you can say, my toenails grow back so quickly.
Which means I cut my toenails, but they grow again so quickly. Okay, what's the next word?
Shoulder length.
Meaning long enough to reach the shoulders. The shoulders are parts of the body. They're where our arms are attached, by the base of the neck and the top of our trunk.
We use length to explain how long something is.
So if it's shoulder length,
It's long enough to reach the shoulders. This is used pretty much exclusively to describe hair length, although you could probably use it for a head covering too.
can we switch out shoulder for other parts of the body?
Of course, hair can be waist length or even ankle length too.
Can you give us an example using this word?
Sure, for example, you can say, I want to keep growing my hair until it is shoulder length.
Which means I want to keep growing my hair until it reaches my shoulders. Now on to the lesson focus. In this lesson, you'll learn how to give directions for a haircut. We'll need to describe the haircut we want, which means
Adjectives again. We're going to build on what we learnt in Lesson 18.
in Lesson 18, we learned about comparative adjectives and how to use them to compare two things.
Now we will learn about superlative adjectives. We can use these to compare not two things, but everything.
Why compare two books when you can compare several, or even every book ever?
Exactly. Think big. Superlative adjectives follow the same rules as comparative ones, so one-syllable adjectives are grouped together and can be made superlative by adding est, est.
For example, tallest, cutest, and biggest.
If they have two syllables and end in a y, we add iest, as in est.
As in happiest and scariest.
If it's two syllables without a y, or three syllables or more, then we don't change the adjective. Instead, we add most or least.
For example, most beautiful, least strange, most awake, and least convenient. How about the irregular adjectives like good? Listeners, remember that the comparative form of that was better.
The superlative form is best.
In the dialogue, Katrina said, "It'll be the shortest my hair has been in years."
Yeah, that's a good use of it.
Let's quickly look at the adverb to.
There are two meanings of to. One meaning is also, which we covered in an earlier lesson.
What is the other meaning?
It can also mean excessively. In this case, it's used before the adjective or noun it is modifying.
Like, my hair is too thick and heavy.
Yes, that means that your hair isn't just thick and heavy, but that it is too thick and heavy to deal with.
Going back to the dialogue again, Katrina says, "My hair is getting too long now."
Yeah, she then follows by explaining why her hair is too long.
It's getting in her eyes, right?
Right, it's not just long, it's so long it's causing trouble.
Thanks for the explanation. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Thank you for listening, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
And also,
this is good, and this is
So, what are we doing today?
My hair is getting too long now. My fringe is always covering my eyes.
Okay, so we'll cut the fringe. How about the length?
I want that shorter too. So maybe 4 or 5 inches shorter?
so I do remember.
That'll make your hair shoulder length.
It'll be the shortest my hair has been in years, but that's fine. It'll grow back eventually.
I've lost my bank card and my phone.
so.